I don't know enough about PR firms to know whether they would like pull this stuff off for like people. I tend to assume that they're rather a bit more conservative, let's say, right? Like, hey, maybe don't smoke weed publicly, and what have you.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, so in the case of Trump, for example, right? One, he had already like this sort of thing prior, and B, a lot of people were like very heavily against him doing that as well. And in some sense, it really hurt him in the long term as well.
I think the thing is, one of the problems that most people have with him, it goes a little bit by what Goose said, which is this idea, like,
Oh,
oh,
by the
he's
way, we're
just
live, just in case you didn't know.
a generic middle-aged white guy. Like, that's not the case, right? He made PayPal, he made Tesla, he made SpaceX, right? He's not just some
Mastro,
random rich guy.
post link.
Oh
Stro.
yeah. Give me a second. Um,
And I think that's part of why it's funny, because there's a million trolls out there. It's the fact that he's so successful, and he is still trolling, which is not the usual thing.
troll, but now rich. I mean, okay.
Rich troller.
Yeah, quote unquote made.
I think Trump, Trump, I dislike seriously, because I think Trump says a lot of dangerous things. It's kind of different. It's fine when it's innocent. Like, him going with a sink inside the offices of Twitter is irrelevant.
I mean, yeah, it's just a joke. Oh,
But Trump saying let's invade Capitol Hill, and because I think I should still be president,
or you know,
that's dangerous. It's different.
Mexicans are, X
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Y.
yeah, 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 exactly.
Not all
What
of
were
them.
what
Some
were
are
you
good
do?
people.
Careful with words. They're different kind of dangerous and trolling.
Dude,
I don't know. I don't know if any PR is good PR.
they both
Like,
posted uh, codes basically the same time. MVAKM saw his message first on his PC, and Saykoya saw his message first on this PC. But we also on our screens, Saykoya's message showed up first. So that's where we're going, right? I hope so. Let's see. Nope.
So MVAKM is kind of has been like being able to like reach winning positions. We just need to make sure that he doesn't like lethal himself. So
I would definitely say MKVM has been playing stronger.
So, I know which of the two lobbies. Oh, Seds! There we go. Okay, Saykoya wins.
But the thing is, playing stronger is not all. It's not the because this game has lethals. Playing a stronger game does not mean you're winning.
I mean, playing Seds on Uro means you're winning. Okay. so now we're on MVAKM's lobby. Oh, but they each went to the other guy's lobby. Amazing.
so what map is this?
Uro.
Oh, then yeah.
You guys knew that
It's
Ouroboros
good.
Ouroboros.
is Greek for tail eater, right?
Oh, Goose left.
As is gonna join YouTube, right? But
No, she's going to bed because the road is sleepy map.
Sure.
check. Or something. Mainly or something.
So yeah, Ouroboros. That's the snake eating its own tail
Yeah, yeah.
thing.
It literally means tail eater. So, which one are we on? Can I do a little bit of trolling and join myself for a second and then leave? Should we do
You
that?
can do as much trolling as you.
Oh, talking about Ouroboros.
Yeah, let me join the other one. We do a little bit of trolling here. And I'm gonna play Ryota.
I will not be defeated.
I will not be defeated.
We're losing players.
Okay, we did a little
I
bit
think
of
they might
trolling.
just be. I think they might just be joining the YouTube instead.
Yeah, that's what's happening. Oh, the
'Cause-
game's starting. It's starting, people. We have Seds versus Greenfinger. I like this. They're playing good COs. They're finally playing good COs. Game 3, this time with good COs. Okay. What openings are we gonna see? Are we gonna see the same openings we saw in game 1? Where they go to this village? What is gonna happen? After game 1, I had like a little bit of a discussion with Sue. And Sue thinks that on this map, actually, Valder and Wolfer are the best. Because he thinks that the early advantage they give you is enough to get a permanent village lead. I disagree. I think the advantage they give you is not even close to enough to get a permanent village lead, and they eventually just lose to Seds. But Sue is like, no, you get a village lead, then you build something more because of that small village lead in the opening, because you're Valder or Wolfer. And then that bit of extra material allows you to keep that village lead forever, and then you win. I disagree. It's true on some other maps, but not on this map. On this map, because of the 3 Raxes and because it's huge, your small advantage early isn't enough, in my opinion, to just keep some villages forever and then win. Eventually, you know, Seds or somebody else with a good groove just wins army versus army and it's all over. But, okay, we will see. Well, we won't see, really, because last time both played early game COs, now both played, you know, army fight COs, I'd say. So, you know, I like this. I think those COs are better. The ones they're playing right now. I think Seds is by far the best CO here. It seems like Saykoya is doing the same thing he did last time. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this opening, because with the other opening you're pressuring that village immediately and you get some early pickups, and then Seds gets groove fast. Getting groove fast is good when you're Seds. It's always good, but it's especially good when you're Seds. Oh, sneaky. I'm bad at reading comments. Ouroboros is just Greek for tail eater. That's what I was saying before.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so said it's gonna be at 99 next turn, and this is gonna be at 70. So it's gonna be an almost guaranteed teacup. So I mean, this opening is still fine, I guess. And you get a knight. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Green fingers getting this teacup. All fine. All fine. Nobody go in center this time, so game state isn't getting weird immediately. Now, basically, what the fight's gonna be is Greenfinger wants to prove that he can get a winning advantage with first and maybe even second groove. Because if first groove is good, he's gonna get second groove very fast. So he wants to prove that he can get a winning advantage off of those two grooves before Seds gets a big army fight. And yeah, I'm not sure if he can do it. I've scienced this map a bit, but not enough to know how it fully plays out. So, you know, obviously it's pretty hard to science like 15 turns or something. You can't do that, really. Dude, I like seeing big numbers. 17. Yeah. You know what 17 means? It means 3 knights. You can go for 3 knights. That's 1 more than 2. That's good, right?
2 is more than 1, yeah.
Yeah. And 3 is more than 2.
Sneaky says we need to construct more pylons.
What's that, a StarCraft joke or something else? No, just kidding. Dude. What is 6 times 3? Is that some kind of night crit joke? Somebody gets night crit 3 times or something? I don't know. I don't see anything else. 6 just means night crit for me now. If you don't like it, I mean, not my fault. And we have the early golem. Yep, you're going versus sets. Golem is good. Oh, and you didn't think you're going to mid immediately? I think you want to attack those 2 villages. They seem a lot easier to attack than this village. So, I don't agree with going mid. Okay, okay. Is anything gonna happen this game? Oh, this is also... Okay, Seds gets more groove. That's what's gonna happen this game, I guess. And Seds is gonna be at full groove by the time he needs to be at full groove. So, I don't think you wanna attack this corner village. You can try, and you're gonna draw the golem up there. So maybe it's good because of timing reasons, but I don't think you need to do that. Not sure you should either. I think you wanna get Zeds down there now because you've won those two villages and be in position to fight for more stuff. You know, be in position eventually to do army fights with Zeds. Oh, and we see Dragon here. Dragon's good always on this map. It's always good on big maps. Wagon, not sure I like the wagon. I mean, I don't see any road here. So, why? Also, this map is kinda balloon land. Easy balloons from both sides. Why go wagon? Anyway, we see Saykoya having a very big village lead because he went for these two villages, and you know, getting those is pretty easy. And MVAKM is trying to go for this one, so that's a little bit of a diffy, and he immediately gets answered by the dragon. And this already seems like kinda losing by Greenfinger, because he's abandoning his strong side and he's moving to his weak side. Not sure he can actually do much here. I guess he's gonna have the golem, so he's gonna have a decent position. But then, you know, Dragon might be able to flip something here. It's gonna stabilize eventually, I guess. But he's trying to get those two villages back instead of getting those two. And he's also gonna get this one, so it's fine. Oh, but Knight is... both Knight and Mates are gonna die for this. And the village isn't gonna stay his for long. So this is clearly bad. Yeah. No, she's given too much material to hold this village for an insignificant amount of time. So he's gonna fall very, very hard behind. Yeah, this isn't good. And then Dragon can do something else. Can go mid and pressure the whole map. And remember, he needs to win very fast. Okay, Sedge gets screwed right now. Maybe I'd prefer, you know, moving to an aggressive... No. Moving to an aggressive position with Sedge and then just saying, okay, I'll get groove in a few turns. By the time I need it, I'll have it. Is usually correct on this map, I think. But now, because of the two golems plus Sion, maybe you'd just be putting Sedge into danger if you move down. I want to see a golem. Oh, wits? Why wits? Well, a golem would mean a build skip though. Still, a golem here, sword there. You kinda need a golem at this point. Because he's just gonna keep printing them, right? Oh, you have more money. But you're building weird shit. You're... okay. I mean, if he keeps building weird shit, he might not actually get that much from his money advantage. Which is good for Sedge, but like, you need to wait for units to accumulate first. I guess he says like, okay, I have groove, so... honestly, Sedge is playing how I expected Greenfinger to play. And Greenfinger is playing more like how I'd expect Sedge to play. So... inefficient? It looks like MVAKM is gonna lose this game. And, you know, this set. That's too bad. Oh, I'm not streaming this on voice chat. So if anybody is on voice chat, they can't see with no delay. So let's change that. Yeah, okay, so now anybody on voice chat will be able to see.
I think it's just me and Basek who are on voice chat.
Oh, whatever,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
just two. Or three, I mean.
It's better if you can see the game, you know, immediately. Okay, Wits answers the Wits. Also maids. You're able to heal the golem if it gets struck. Ooh, both columns moving. Okay, yeah, those positions make sense, and those are getting capped. So I mean, yeah, that's fine. But dropping the material here isn't good. So yeah, now Seds needs to move away, and then just stabilize. Get this village probably. And then you stabilize, and at some point you just start fighting army versus army, and you just win because you're Seds. Basically, Seds got out of his like difficult spot, let's say, which would be if he fell behind in the early game. And he didn't fall behind; he was ahead. Okay, which ridges here? So Dragon isn't getting anything for free. And Dragon is also the reason why he didn't, you know, use a sword to cap that, because that sword would die for free and then Knight would decap the village anyway. So okay, that's a good choice. Okay, and Mage is trying to run. Can it run? Oh, Knight was able to run too. So he lost a lot of value, but he didn't actually lose the units. Oh, he's gonna lose the Mage though, to the Knight. But Knight isn't gonna be able to finish the Knight. Because you have pikes covering. Okay, makes sense, makes sense.
Sneaky has made it to grand finals, and he's like, oh, it's more likely that one of these other people are gonna win. Which, maybe. But I wouldn't put myself down like that, Sneaky.
I mean, honestly, I think Sneaky can beat either of these players as they are now. I think his mech has improved a lot. It has been improving for a long time now, but it just wasn't good enough until. But now it's reached this point where it's good enough to not lose to these players. It might even be better than them on their bad days. And they've been on their bad days. And then he also has his own skills, his crazy attacks and his lethals. So I think he gaps these players a bit. I don't think they have something that he really lacks at this point. Honestly, seeing how I played against him, which was not good. Not good, not good. Dude, I saw my games after. I made some early mistakes. Not good.
I still haven't seen those games. Very disappointing.
I'm gonna show them eventually, I guess. But, you know, you can...
Are you embarrassed?
Not that much, but, you know, I'm not exactly happy to stream those games. You can check them out at any time, right? The codes are public. You know, you are on the Wargroove server, so you can check them. The games were good, right? They were better than pretty much every other game this tournament, but all three of them. But still, it's like I made mistakes I shouldn't be making. And now I'm kinda scared of Sneaky. I mean, he played well. He mech'd about as well as I mech'd. And then he also didn't make some mistakes I did make, and his attacks were more threatening than my attacks. So, you know, I got kinda gapped. I mean, and 2 out of 3 games, his openings were, I want to say, less precise than mine, but he still made crazy attacks and I wasn't able to respond. So even though his openings were, I think, theoretically a bit worse, I actually still was behind at some point because I got super scared of his attacks. And I think this is, you know, basically, to an extent, the problem. Anyway, we shouldn't be talking about that. We should be talking about the game. But yeah, it looks like a Saykoya win. He's controlling a lot of the map. At least half, that's the point. He isn't falling behind. And if this continues, he's just gonna be sets. And we see archers coming, some dogs coming. And once everything is online, once the whole army is online on both sides, sets will just centralize to be able to threaten everything, and he's just gonna go all sets on him. Oh, this is falling. You can't stop it from falling. So yeah, and you lost material. You lost the maids and lots of the knight's health. He's in a very good position. But yeah, anyway, I think those 2 players are just fighting for 3rd place at this point. And before I actually lose to the winner.
Yeah, because I was about to say, before, you know, they get to 3rd place, right? You have to fight them, don't you?
Yeah, but I think, I mean, I can mess up again. But I don't think I should be losing to them. I think, from what I've seen this tournament, I think Sneak is much scarier than these 2. I mean, they're solid for sure. They look solid. Saykoya didn't look solid when he played me last time. Now he looks solid. So I could lose the solid Saykoya.
Sneaky's asking what the econ is at.
I think it's pretty even right now. 16-15. 16-15. But yeah, you can see the line, right? It's pretty much the middle line. Plus this is decapped. Ooh, the sword crit to kill the village. Interesting. Yep, dragon takes this. So Saykoya is gonna pull ahead a little bit on the econ because he pretty clearly has this side. He's not gonna be able to push, but he can keep it for a while, right? Yeah. And I guess...
Yeah, it's gonna be a while before MVAKM can, like, you know, get enough units to take back those villages.
Yeah. He needs some units because just the maids alone isn't gonna be able to really fight off the dragon. It needs to be protected, or he needs to send the witch here. I guess if he sends a witch, or maybe the knight too, he's gonna have enough material to start fighting for those 2. But then he's gonna lose ground here. So I don't think MVAKM can ever really get more than half the villages on this map. So he's slowly gonna lose the sets. Dude, Goose has become pretty much a full Sneaky fan girl, which is weird. Because Sneaky used to get like super offended when Goose would diss lethals. So it doesn't exactly make the most sense. But okay, I mean, Goose will cheer for anybody that isn't me. Basically.
Yeah, and Snaky has gotten past lethals as well. Goose says, true justice would be Saykoya taking too long to calculate sedge grooves than MVAKM timing him out. And also, lethals are still trash.
No, Saykoya is gonna win.
I mean, Sequoia is 2 minutes up on the timer already, right?
My boy Saykoya needs to win this. Come on. But it seems pretty even right now.
Yeah, even and Greenfinger hasn't done anything, and Seds has Groove, also known as not even. Seds is winning. It is not even.
The probability of a random lethal is still very much on the table.
True, by the way, but like,
The likelihood of games ending on a random lethal on this tournament have been very, very high.
true.
Yeah, but it helps that Sedge can like retreat after grooving, so he doesn't have to commit as much, I don't think.
That is true, but funnily enough, people usually get very greedy with Sedge and do hilarious mistakes.
Or maybe he'll find a weird Seds lethal. It's like some obscure line. And then he'll fail at some RNG on a random unit that he needed to get to 35. And then it won't be lethal. Amazing.
Amazing.
So Master needs to show eco every turn, according to Goose. Which, actually, that's reasonable.
I mean, I press the button events. Occasionally, I meant to say. Won't eventually. Also true.
Get a clock with a buzzer every 30 seconds.
I mean... But yeah, Econ doesn't really matter if nobody's winning it by much. At this point, only those 4 villages in the middle are really contested. Because armies can't easily move past the mid line, let's say. So I mean, as long as one side doesn't have all 4 of them for a few turns, it's not gonna be a big diff, right?
I would say the reason econ doesn't matter as much is because it's so far away from any breakpoint when it's like 1500, 1700 that it doesn't change anything. Like moving to 1400 or moving to 1600 or something like that doesn't really change the calculus that much.
Also true.
Like, over time, it does matter, because every turn you were, like, getting ahead by 200, and eventually that converts into more material. But, like,
For sure.
in the short term, it's not as important.
They did a bunch of dogs not last game, like a game 1 too. Last Uro game too. Okay, which moves? I guess Sed is gonna go to this place. You know, Saykoya's favorite. Or was it MVAKM that camped? No, Saykoya was camping there last time. And he's camping here. Yeah, so he's...
So, that little cubby that all the fights happen to fight around, I think it's just because, like, that's really a really easy place to put your army where you're, like, probably not gonna die, but, like, you can still fight and what have you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're not really exposing that many sides.
What do you put here though? You need to put something sturdy here. So either a spear or the wagon. And you can't really put anything where Sedge is right now because this column can reach this mountain. Yeah, okay, Sedge does the obvious move. Ooh, oh, okay, okay. Put a sword on the mountain. Archer hits the golem. Damn. 5
Value.
points. Yeah, Master of Math would just say, you know, save money. Calculate purchases like 5 turns ahead and breakpoints don't exist. Because, you know, over time, nothing exists. Money is just money. Also, Master of Math would say, like, those village leads, they're too small. They're never gonna matter. Sedge wins.
Master of Math made that actual argument to me once. He was like, it doesn't matter if one player is at 1200 and the other one is at 1100. The 1200, no, 1300 and 1200. The 1200 just has to skip one turn and make 2 soldiers, and from that point on, for 11 turns, they will have enough money to make columns every turn. And that was like, sure.
I mean, not wrong.
But you did skip a turn where you
Yeah, and that turn matters.
double swords.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like, that turn matters, but does it matter enough to where the other guy can get some permanent advantage from it? And if the answer is no, then, I mean...
The other thing I think would be, like, that's the argument you would make if golems were so good that they're, like, worth skipping other units for, right? Like, if all you had to build were golems, then that's what you would do.
I think the difference can and sometimes is massive, and other times it's very little. But sometimes getting some kind of unit like a turn earlier can make huge kinds of difference. So, for example, getting a dragon 1 turn earlier and your opponent doesn't have their mages ready, something like that. It can make a lot, but other times it doesn't make any difference because
Dragon is pretty unique because
1400 at the end of the turn you have 1500, sure.
Dragon is pretty unique because sometimes, you know, it forces double mage build immediately, and then they delay their dragon another turn. And if dragon is good on that map, and you get it for like a few turns before they get it, because of the forced builds, then that might be a decent advantage for you. That was like the science on Gilgamesh, if I remember correctly. Where, you know, P1 would just be doing better, but P2 actually has the faster dragon timing, so he's actually fine. And Gilgamesh is actually balanced because of that. Yay, go Gilgamesh. Old maps.
But it became a little bit too dragon heavy after the golems were banned, in my opinion.
I mean, what else are you gonna build?
Yeah, exactly. From that point, it's basically dragon heaven, and that's it.
Okay, Jeff just max says. Interesting. I mean, not sure about that, because something could get cleared from this side. And if this sword gets cleared, for example, this is a night crit. AKA Greenfinger dead. That's what I mean. So he needs to be very, very, very careful. Because Wits plus, I don't know, maybe Archer might be able to kill that. And then with the heal he's gonna be at 93. Oh, he's gonna full wall. He's gonna full wall here. Okay, then you need to clear 2 swords, and I don't think you can do that. Yeah, I don't think you can clear both swords if he puts another sword here. If he doesn't though, he might be dead. He needs... Oh no, he might be dead. Okay, yeah, he made heals, but is this enough? He might just be dead right here.
Knight crit, archer,
Oh,
witch
Archie,
hex plus
how
golem.
much is maids and the sword? 90. So with a witch hex. So you witch hex immediately, and then you attempt to kill this sword with the maids. And if you fail, then I don't know. You have to archer.
You also have the dragon that could one-shot it possibly.
Oh, whoa! I didn't see the dragon at all. Oh, okay. Then he's just dead for sure because. Okay, you have just dragon and knight crit.
Random lethal incoming, is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, he's dead.
He can't even block with the
Oh, he can't do
the
anything
other witch
anymore. It's over. The game is
because
over.
of
The game is over.
thing.
I didn't see
Wow.
I didn't see dragon at all. No, dragon
So
doesn't.
I was correct. The game was gonna end with a random lethal.
I mean, it's completely over, right? Just yeah, dragon kills this, knight crit, witch, archer, sedge groove. You finish it with sedge groove too, because why not?
And now Saykoya is calking.
And now he just
A
doesn't
lot
see
of
it.
it?
Now he just doesn't see it. I mean, he put this knight here. Did he put it here randomly, or did he notice that it's crit in where sedge is? Because if he did notice, then
So last turn he put a knight such that it would crit on Sedge's square.
Okay,
so it's
okay.
probably deliberate.
okay, it's over. Yeah. GG. Oh, 39.
Boom.
Archer time. Oh, what?
What?
He probably misclicked. He probably.
No, no, no. He wants to clear from behind. Look at that. Because he can.
Oh, he is. Yeah, he is owning.
And then goes for the sedge
Yeah,
groove.
so because it's.
Okay, that was much better.
Looking good. And you know, a quick game.
Saykoya is a good player. I would expect nothing else. GG.
GG. So now I'm playing Saykoya next time.
So I guess sneaky Saykoya grand finals.
Dude, I've 2-0'd Saykoya every time we've played in Go.
But surprises can happen. Random lethals are a thing.
Yeah, yeah, he gave me 2 random littles last time we played. I mean, he said he'd be better this time. So, let's see. So, I'm playing Saykoya next week, and then the winner from that game is gonna play Sneaky in the grand finals. A week later or something. Or, you know, could be more, could be less. At this point, you know, with just too much is happening. We can take time. Well executed. I mean,
This last game was probably the weaker of the three. Right? The other two were actually quite long and had a lot of trading. This was
depends.
shorter.
Depends on
Yeah,
what
this
you
one
mean.
kind of just. This game kind of just ended. Like, that's the issue.
I think like quality of play was higher this game until it wasn't.
Till it wasn't.
It
This
was
is your sentence. Like you're gonna say this like 1,000 times.
it was good until
It's
it wasn't.
true until it isn't.
Yeah. It was good until he gave lethal randomly.
It was good until it was bad.
Yeah. But like until the last turn, this was the highest quality game, right? And then it wasn't.
Until it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's
go on.
I think that's the other problem where they probably should have like set this game aside for like tomorrow maybe because they played game 2 today as well.
Yeah, yeah. All
Maybe
three
I should have
games.
taken a break.
Yeah. Maybe take breaks if you're gonna, you know, put yourself in lethal. Anyway, we do a little bit of blundering and getting lethal in our strategy video game. And now we do a little bit of ending the stream because there's nothing else to show, right? Anyway, should also go back to sleep at some point. Bye.
Yeah, and I have other places to be. See you.
See ya, see ya.
See y'all.
Um,
Man, last time was just impeccable.